Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Delightful Creations. I'm Amber. Today I'm back with kind of a little small project share. I thought I would have a fun play with some different type of paper. So I have almost a full pack of this legal size paper, which is 8.5 tall by 14 wide. And I do tend to coffee dye a few of those pages. They are harder to coffee dye without them bending and ripping in the pan that I use. But I thought I would give it a go for printing. So just thought I'd share them with you. This here is a Creative Fabrica page, and on the back this is a old vintage book page. This is from JD, and some of them go this direction where they're vertical and other ones go horizontal. This one I printed on wrong, so when I flip it over the words are upside down, so that will probably be like a collage page, maybe an envelope, I don't know yet. Then I have more just old text from the book. And then this grid paper here, I created myself. I just splattered some splashes, like watercolor splashes on top of a grid. And then this is a picture from a vintage flower book that has some cute little daisies on there. And on the back of it, it is upside down with text. Yeah, I had to figure out how to flip the papers over. This one as well is vintage flower paper, and then on the back I decided to do roses, and this one is technically supposed to go on the other side, but I don't think this one really matters. And I didn't know what I was going to do with these. This I love. This one goes this direction. I don't know where I got this one from. I've had it on my computer for a long time, and I don't know where I got it from. And then on the back I just printed just kind of a creamy tone, and you can see the flowers through here, so it's really thin. I think it's 20 gram paper. This is I couldn't tell you, a free vintage kitchen magazine advertisement, again with the cream paper on the back. This one's very light. I don't know where I got that one from either, but this is Digital Curio. This is one of her printables. It's an old lace, and I just love the way that looks. I thought that would be gorgeous as like a flip out in a journal. And then this one, I feel like this one might be a digital that I bought. I can't quite remember. This again is Digital Curio, really pretty. And then this, my map pages, I have a couple of map pages. They came from, it's called Creating and Making now, which used to be the Digital Collage Club. So I'm a member of that. I just decided to pay the membership and be able to access any of their goodies forever, as long as, you have them. This matches that other rose paper, and I'm sorry, I don't know where that's from. Same with this farmhouse. This is like vintage farmhouse barn print. I don't know. These are the two, not this one, but the rose and the other farm print one is one that I've had for a long time. This is a collage, and I don't know who did this one. I feel like it's Happiness and Crafting with vintage paper on the back. Same with this one, I believe is Happiness and Crafting. I think it's one of her freebies. It feels like it's her style anyways. And then more speckly bits on the back. And this one is just a random, I don't know where this one came from. So I just printed that one. And then on the back of it is kind of like a textured, almost homemade looking paper. I thought that was fun, so I did that one twice. This is digital, it's Creating and Making. Now they changed their name. Creating and Making. Creating and Making, Creating and Making. Love, 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 love the polka dots with the flowers and these stripes. And it's very light green. And we have the sun coming out today, so I apologize. Here's a couple more map pages, which I don't have a whole lot of maps. And so I thought, well, I'll utilize that kit from the Creating and Making Digital Collage Club, formerly known as, and then another one of these pages because I loved it so much. So anyways, I know what a journal, or a typical journal for me, it is normally this size, which is a regular 8.5 by 11. And so we can see here how much extra we're getting, which is the perfect amount for a flip out, right? That's typically what I do with legal size pages. I just create a flip out, or I'll sew it down or glue it down and make it be a pocket. So I thought, of course, we could do that. And I also wanted to make an envelope. So I want to pick, I think I'm going to do the one that's upside down where the words are like wonky-dory. Like this one is upside down. That one is correct. And that one's okay. This flower one here is upside down. And that one's okay. That one's okay. I think there's only just the 2 of them that I remember where the text was upside down. So then after that, I stopped printing text and I started doing like solid sheets or like the straight, the all over pattern like this one, where it wouldn't really matter how it printed. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so let's go ahead and there is a small white border on some of them. It's a bigger white border. It's just how it prints. I do have a borderless printer, but I don't think it knows how to do that on a digital. I mean, not a digital, on a legal paper, or the image just couldn't stretch that far. And I printed them from my computer, so that might also be another reason why. I'm going to go down a little bit past 8 for this one. Quickly. I just thought it was kind of a fun idea. It gives you a whole new, because this is normally really small. I mean, JD created this. This is one of her, this is Willow Bound Journals. One of her collage cover fronts that she gave away as a freebie to her patrons. And so I have, I don't know. I think I have a full set of her vintage pages like this. So let's see here. We got a little over 8, and then this way it should be pretty close. This way is like 8 1/4. So I'm going to trim off just a touch off this side. I'm trying to make it a square. I'm going to turn it into an envelope. Okay, I'm not going to be too particular about it. And I just put all my envelopes away, but I made a bunch of envelopes. I don't care about this side because this is going to be my inside. And I can always cover that up. So I can do a regular envelope like this and fold it down, or we can do an envelope where this is the bottom flap. So I would fold these 2 in and then fold that up. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this one. So I'm just going to eyeball this. I'm not really measuring. I don't like to be exact. I'm kind of looking at my 2 corners here at the top and seeing where they line up, as well as the bottom. And it's okay if it's a little bit off. The wider your paper, obviously, the bigger your envelope will be. And let's see. And I could use I have my scoreboard, my Martha Stewart one does this for me. But I like making them myself. Like there's more than one of me, right? I like making them myself because I can custom the size and kind of where I want the designs to lay. So I can pull this flap way down if I want, or I can pull it way up here at the top. I'm going to put it right here. There. Look at that. Just a cute little envelope. So along this edge here, even though it's got this white strip, I'm going to add washi tape. I think that'll be a fun way to cover it up. So then you open up your envelope and you come in here and you cut out your little triangles, and then you glue the here, and then you would glue these edges down. But I'm not going to do that on camera. I just wanted to have a play with some of these papers. So I made an envelope. And then this one, I feel like could be a nice little booklet, but it's upside down still. So let's do another envelope, and we'll do this one this way. And this one I am going to trim off that white border, just so I don't have to worry about that for later. So let me decide here if I want this to be my bottom, or if I want this to be my bottom. Nope, I want the other way to be my bottom. It has more interesting things to look at. There we go. Okay, now this one you can do easy enough to just fold it up here, however deep you want your envelope pocket. So I go about, I don't know, 2/3 the way up. And then I mark it with my fingernail. So I'm pressing my fingernail into the paper where I want it to land, so I don't go over my fold line of where this paper is. I leave a little bit of a gap. I'm going to trim off this little white edge here, just so I have a little bit bigger of a pocket. And then if you want to get fancy, that's what I call fancy, not trimming, but you can do a gusseted envelope. Now this is really, really thin, and I don't really think it needs to be gusseted, but if you were to do that, you would just fold in your sides a little bit like this, however much you want. Then you can turn it into like a little coin envelope too, this way if you wanted. But no, just a gusseted envelope we're making. This one I will open back up and grab my scissors. And I kind of do this the cheater way, because I know that I need these two flaps on this long side, or you can leave them on the bottom. So what I do is I turn it around to my top because I don't like having to skip cut. And I just go straight down from the top all the way down to this bottom flap. And then I'm going to V it off like that at an angle. And I do the same thing on the other side of the paper, but I turn mine over because it's just easier for me to cut right-handed to do that way, but you could totally do it the other way. Get down to the bottom flap and I just V out, okay? And then I come back up here and I fold these flaps back in. Most people cut off the middle, cut off the bottom flap and the top flap and leave the middle, but I don't have the patience to skip where I'm cutting. And it essentially is the same thing. It's just my gusset is attached to my bottom flap. And then if I want to give myself like a nice edge at the top, I take my paper and I can fold them over so they're lined up corner to corner. Oops, sorry. And you can do corner rounder punch or a trim or just a fun little cut around shape. So we'll just go ahead and do a fun little shape here, and I'll just give myself a nice little trim, big corner rounder, and taper that off at the edge. I hope you guys can see that. Just like that. There. And now my envelope has a rounded edge and a little gusseted pocket. How cute! Isn't that adorable? Love it! So I got two pretty big envelopes out of a bigger piece of paper, whereas if I was going to do that with an 8.5 by 11, I would have only been able to get this first one because of how the paper is. So that's pretty exciting. So since we did that with that one, I don't think I'll make another envelope with this one. And these ones are too pretty. These ones are too pretty to do anything with. So let's play with this one because I have two of these. And I'm going to leave the white edge on here because I think it might be fun to add washi along the edge. And let's turn this one. I love this grunginess. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to turn it into a big giant pocket. I was thinking, I don't want it too big that it won't fit in a journal. Okay. I'm gonna do a flip over belly band and then I'll do a pocket. So I can get two things out of one. So I'm gonna go about here. I don't know, this is just kind of where I like my belly bands to be. And I'm gonna cut that. It's just what looks nice. I mean, I do other sizes, of course. And right about there. Oops. There we go. So this one will be a flip open little belly band. I'll probably have it this way on a page. Actually, maybe I'll make it a flip over spot on a page because I like both sides of those and I like that you could write on here. So maybe I'll do that with that page. Okay, now this one, I wanted to make it into a pocket. And I think now I'm going to go this direction like this and just fold this up right there, just like that. And then I'll fold it in half. And then I have a cute little pocketed booklet thing. There we go, right in half. I am sorry, guys, I'm not in frame. And then just so I can get rid of some of this bulk right here, I am going to snip down the middle line. And I like to do it, sometimes I do it one at a time, but I'm a speedy crafter. I fold it in half again, out, fold my pocket back down, fold my page in, and I'm gonna V-cut. Fatter at the top, smaller at the bottom. Just gonna slightly trim this off here and all the way down to that first, or the only, I guess, cut line. And that just gives me a little bit less bulk inside my little booklet. There, isn't that cute? And then because I don't like such flimsy pockets, I'm gonna fold this down. I'm gonna get rid of that white edge on this one. And same thing over here. I don't care if they're exactly the same. You could totally measure scoreboard and fold over. I'm just not about that. Okay, so now along this edge and this edge, I would add, again, washi tape, or you could trim it off, or you can totally add like lace or trim and that would cover that up. The white border doesn't bother me. I just think it adds to it. So I have a cute little booklet and then over the page writing thing that can go, let's see here. I can show you what I'm talking about. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, but we'll just flip in here and I'll show you really quick. This journal is a little bit smaller, but I would tuck it onto this page here, and it would be able to flip out on this side, and you can journal here. And then on this side, I would have it do the same thing. Flip out on this side, and you could journal over here. To attach it to the page, you can paper clip it if you want, or you can glue, and then you would only be able to open it, you know, however far you glued, and you can just have it flip open that far. I've done that before because I've wanted to see both sides. But if you didn't, you could make the other side a pocket, which is kind of fun too. So there we are. Let's do one more page because this is so fun. I just love these papers. Let's do, oh gosh. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. How about, I don't really care for that big, yeah, that was kind of boring, isn't it? I don't really care for this big tulip here. I just printed it because it came from Vintage Collage Club, which was by Lindsay Zenor. She does not, she takes it down, and it's for limited time only when you can purchase this, but she has a whole collection of vintage images that you can totally just access. You don't have to go looking for them. So on this one, I don't want that big gigantic of a pockety thing. I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to cut it in half, so 7 inches. That'll fit in any size journal, and we'll be able to get 2 different things out of this because it doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, there. And I've got a pretty rows on each side of here. And on this one, let's do, I kind of like that that's plain on that side. I want to do a coin envelope because it's not fun inside there. And this one I don't mind because it's got some red on the side. That's kind of fun. So I just do my coin envelope or coin envelope style pocket where I fold it over more one side than the other. And this would be the back, wouldn't it? Yeah, this would be the back. Oh, I don't want that to be the back. Okay, well I can't. I don't think I can make it work that way, can I? I can make this one. I don't like that one. I want the front to be like this, and it's not going to work with this because this is an edge paper, and so this would be my front. It's not very pretty. Darn it. Okay. So we'll just have 2 small pages with that one. Let's find another one where I can do a coin envelope. I feel like this one, I can probably do that with this mess up page. Okay. Plus I like these daisies down here. But I might end up with this big leaf on the front. Oh goodness. See, it's like learning on the fly here. Alrighty, 7 inches. 7 inches. I'm going to trim off the flap white on this edge here because I'll have that one be on the outside. Okay, so this one, there we go. Something like that. I watched another crafter lady make Edith Holden style pockets like this, and they were so pretty. She was using her Edith Holden papers from her book, and she made a really big pockets like this. And so the wider out you fold them, the more prettiness you have on here. So this one goes this direction. So this is my top and this is my bottom. So I'm going to trim off this white edge right here, and then we've got rid of that text that's inside there upside down. And then so I'm going to fold up my bottom. I don't know how other people do this, but this is how I do it. I just fold up my bottom and then I angle cut. And that's it. I try not to get too crazy with it. Yeah, just whatever works for you. And this is really thin paper. You could go back in here and you can cut your flap out. You don't really need to have, you know, the big, you know, whatever you want to do. But I like the color back there. So there we go. We'll have a little coin. Actually, it's quite big coin envelope. We'll go ahead and notch this one so that I can have that done. I think I'm going to use the big one today. I always use that little one. And yeah, we'll just use this big one. It's always nice to notch it before you glue it shut. And of course, you could do your inking and whatnot. There we go. And tuck it all back in together. Look at how sweet that is. So cute. Little adorable little envelope. Pocket. Okay, so 2 envelopes, a little booklet, a flip over space, an envelope, coin envelope style pocket. Now, what should we do? This last little piece, I really like these daisies. And I can't get that on the front. Yeah, I'd have the big leaf on the front, see? And I don't like that. Let's do, I think I'm just going to do a journal card, and then I'll use the rest of this for collage. Sounds good. So we'll just do a journal card out of this one. I don't much care for that big giant green leaf. I don't know about you guys, but nope. Not my fave. Not my fave. Get rid of these white borders, which it'll be interesting. I'll see if I can figure out how to make it print, because I have it set to print borderless, but it just didn't. I just don't know if it can expand that far. I'm going to round these corners really quickly. And then to use this for a journal card, I would come back and add paper, coffee dyed paper to the back of it, and then cut it out and probably sew. So that is a journal card. And then this one, I'll just use in my collages. So I hope you guys thought this was kind of a fun, different little idea for using up bigger pages and being able to print your images at a bigger scale so they're more zoomed in. Like this particular one is really small. It looks, it just looks nice being big, I think. It doesn't look too stretched out. Other images did not look great, so I didn't show you those. But anyways, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I hope you found today to be inspiring and uplifting, and we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, everyone.